Hello, Jessica. Hello, this is Jessica. Welcome to my show. Today is Wednesday, June the 22nd, 2022. Today is a good day and it's a wonderful day. And yes, it is. So here we are again, and it's lovely Wednesday, and hoping may rain later on this evening. Didn't even cut grass today, but anyway, because it's hot. Mama told me not to. Because anyway, you know how it gets. It gets real. You know what? What is happening here. So here we are now, and yes, we are. This is actually some wild stuff's going on here on my show. It hasn't happened yet. So so anyway, this is how it goes, and this is how it happens. And we're not doing it right for real, and yes, it is. So anyway, now we all know that the gas now anyway they know that the gas prices are going up, and somehow it is what it is. So somehow it just it always like this, and always going to be something that the gas prices are going up, and it goes high, and it has been just like, oh my gosh, we're going to have you know what situation going on. So what the heck? And what that says, what's done is done. But here's what Joe Biden just called just 2 hours ago. And he said that Biden's message to gas companies after announcing gas tests. Well, anyway, it is what it is. So we're going to go to the company and see what's happening, see what's going on. So we're not going to comment on that. It seems like things had, you know, tax holiday, something like that. But let's go to CNN, and it says Biden calls for 3 month suspension of federal gas tests, but faces long odds of getting Congress on board. And it says President Joe Biden on Wednesday, that's today, called on Congress to suspend federal gasoline and diesel taxes until the end of September, framing the move as necessary to provide relief to the American citizens, but itself not enough to resolve the problem of surgery energy prices. By this decision to call for a federal gas tax holiday and move once started as a government by Barack Obama and Bill skeptically by leading announcements almost centrally and won't make it through Congress, especially as it faces blowback from the president's own allies on Capitol Hill. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi stopped shortly endorsing the plan in a statement after Biden's remarks. But he counts the move as a way to give some relief to families as he tries to find solutions to one of his top political problems. By suspending the 18-cent gas tax, federal gas tax, for the next 90 days, we can bring down the price of gas and give families just a little bit of relief, Biden said in a speech from the White House. I further understand that a gas tax holiday alone is not going to fix the problem, and he continued, but it will provide families some immediate relief, just a bit, just a little bit of breathing room as we continue working to bring down prices for the long haul. Biden also called on states to take steps removing their own tax on gas and design, And he told oil references companies to increase their capillarity ahead of their planning meeting this week with administration officials. Combined, Biden claiming the West list could reduce the price per gallon of gas by $1. Let that figure relies on a number of steps entering and out of the president's control, not least of which is convincing and escaping the Congress to approving his plan. In her statement after Biden's remarks, Pelosi did not comment to bringing a gas tax holiday up for a vote. We will see where the Constitution lies on a path forward for the president's proposal in the House and the state and the Senate, she wrote. The steps amount to Biden's latest tend to show he's taking inventory in reducing food prices as Americans grow more frustrated by the financial border. White House officials have been considering a gas tax holiday for months, but held until now, but held off until now in part because of concerns at how it might be received in Congress. Republicans widely oppose lifting the gas tax. Even some Democrats, including President Barack Obama on the campaign trail in 2008, had cast as tax holiday as a gimmick. Let facing growing anger and the start of the summer driving season, Biden determined that even small steps bordering on second party are worth taking. In the conditions that we are all in the today, that's not a comment. That's a little bit of breathing room for the American people as we get into the summer driving season, says Amos Hollstetter, senior advisor for energy security at the State Department, in an interview on CNN's New Day Wednesday morning. The current federal tax on gas is about 18% per gallon, while the federal tax on diesel stands at 24 cents per gallon. Even if savings from lifting those taxes will pass in directly to consumers, which is a guarantee, the saving for one fill up could only be at $3. So now we're seeing that it only costs about $3. Right? Excuse me. Boy. But it's just malice. I mean, even though if you don't do that, you can do what you're supposed to do and just live with it for the rest of our life and just do it. And the gas tax is the gas will be reduced until September. The gas will start to climb down until September. Okay, so it is what it is. The tax holiday, well, anyway, good for him. But he is facing challenges. He is facing challenges, right? And we have to accept that. But anyway, the with the gas are getting high, but buying cars for the 3 month suspension of the gas tax holiday, and they have to reset that. Now, even some Democrats had cast doubt previously on that gas tax holiday, noting that the tax provides an important source of funding for roads constructions. Officials said Biden will call for using other revenue sources to make it for the shortfall, and he working for to ally some of those cautions in his speech. He also sought to use the occasion to explain his decisions to have contributed to higher gas price. So now it is what is happening here for America. What is happening here for America? It says no. And but look, I have faith for Biden. I have faith for Biden, and he's doing the right thing. He's doing the good thing here, no problem. Now, I don't blame the president for this. I don't blame everything for this for concern. And now, so now This is just like in the economy. The economy has grown stronger as look at it is what it is. So now the gas prices are high now. And yes, and that's what's his messes. That's what his messes. So then moving on. So anyway, so now what you might say, what you might know, you might heart, it doesn't kill. Now, now take a look at this. First now President Joe Biden and First Lady Jim Biden visiting at DC, Washington DC, a vaccination clinic yesterday when children under the age of 5 are being immunized against COVID-19. Part of the first cultural law kids to be immunized against the virus, following the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention directors sign off. Now, COVID-19 vaccinations for children longer than 5 began to yesterday across the United States, with some 17 million kids in the U.S. in the under 5 age range becoming eligible for vaccines. Relief, isn't it? Being able to do it? The president asked the parents when he entered the room at the DC Health COVID-19 Center. We're the only country in the world doing this right now. This is a great place for you all. He told one young girl at the clinic, we're going to beat this thing. You'll be able to go anywhere you want. Later yesterday afternoon, during remarks from the White House, Biden called the leaders immunizing Macmillan step forward. This is a very historic milestone, the president said. The United States is now the first country in the world to offer safe and effective COVID-19 vaccines for children as 6 months old. For the first time in the pandemic, Biden pointed out nearly every American can now have access to life-saving vaccines. So that's what he says now. Now look at this. Now he has suggested that lecture officials shouldn't get in the way of parents who want to vaccinate their kids. And Biden also said it was no time for politics, adding it's about parents being able to do everything they can to keep their children safe. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration last week explained the energy and emergency use organizations for modulus vaccines to include children 6 months to 17 years and Pfizer BioNTech for children 6 months to 4 years. And on Saturday, CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky signed off on COVID-19 vaccinations for children under 5, clearing the way for vaccinations to be administered in the age group. Early this month, the White House outlined its plans for making the COVID-19 vaccines available for the longest Americans following the OK from federal regulations. The administration made available 10 million vaccines doses for pre-order by states, tribes, territories, communities, health centers, federal permits and partners, and others. According to the White House, the administration estimates 85% of the children under the age of 5 live within 5 miles of the potential vaccination site, while also nothing many parents looking for vaccines for their children, long children will alternate them through the predation or permanent care providers. Walensky said Tuesday on CNN's Newsroom that the agency has a lot of work on the way to get parents to trust that the COVID-19 vaccines are safe for their kids. We have much work on the way in regards to that, Walensky said. When asked about what she is learning from polling showing there has been a decline in the trust in the CDC, especially for parents who are going to vaccinate their kids. What I will say to parents is there's enormous forces out there. If you go to the American Academy of Practical Areas, other American Medical Association, many other independent organizations are encouraging vaccinations for those 6 months and above new now that we are greater than 6 months. Now it has been that you had children or had the parents they trust the CDC are getting their longer kids vaccinated. So that's the most part. And sometimes you have to get vaccinated right away. Now, as always, you can never tell what it's all about. It just looks like, wow, this is a good one. And this is how you have to beat the virus. You have to beat the virus. You have to be vaccinated. And that's for sure. So, anyway, this is what happens when you get vaccinated in a lot of ways. You just got to know what will happen for this time and this and that and now. Now let's go to the Google and let's take a look at this. Now we're gonna go to Dean right now and it says we have doses for the vaccine can turn now the 222 million people have been fully vaccinated. Doses given were 592. And now you're gonna have doses given to 17.2 million and 6.54 million have been fully vaccinated. In the United States, the percent of population fully vaccinated is 67.4, and in North Carolina, a percent of population fully vaccination is 62.9, almost into 63. At the news that we had just said, they can't wait till it's going on, but they're going to get their shots anyway. Now, we have children under 5 were now able to get the shot, but North Carolina families may have to wait. And here's what happened on the ABC 11. Now it says the wait is over for families now that nearly all children can get the COVID-19 vaccine, but as North Carolina rolls out its shipment, some families may need more pieces as pedestrian officers wait for their vaccine shipments. The North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services said on yesterday it ordered 118,600 doses of the vaccine for distributors to provide across the state, including Camp Free Valley Health, which espoused its COVID-19 vaccine shipment to provide yesterday. Any little protection is better than none. All, back in Sparkler said. Now, speaking Grandchild is a 1-month-old who may have to wait a couple of months until she's able. But when it happens, Sparkler says she supports her grandchild getting the vaccine. We could go places and won't have to worry about exposure because they'll be protected by the shots, Sparkler said. For other parents in Fayetteville that hesitate to jump in line, I just want a little, and it says, I just want a little bit more information on it. Brian Austin said, as his 4-year-old son prepares for kindergarten. I'm not opposing to it, so when he starts school, if he has to have it, that'd be okay, Austin said. But I am still kind of desperate. Doug Cornwall, who's Brittany, said that unknown is scary for her. I would hate to get at the shot for my kids and then it affect them later on in life because they just don't know. The vaccine will be available in administration in pediatric and primary care office, pregnant parents, local health departments, and federally qualified health centers, according to HDHHS. By children longer than 3 years, babies will not be able to get vaccinated at Penn Medicine, North Carolina. Cutfield Valley Health said that its breast care and health professionals in North were administered from ages of 2 years old and other performers in one less than two to their protected. That's the law of the protection from Mary Hutchinson, 3 year old and 6 month old grandchild will feel like another watching a childhood vaccine. I feel like she'll be protected, Hutchinson said. I don't have the same screenings that I think a lot of the long parents had because we got them the popular vaccines and all the other vaccines. All right, time to get off this live stream, and so I'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Until then, have a great day.